Hello, beautiful viewers down south throughout the cosmos. Prepare to indulge in experiencing sheer bliss, because today another riveting captivating stellar unboxing video is about to be brought to fruition. What item will I be unboxing? What item will I be opening? Without further delay, without further procrastination, allow me to elicit the box. What item is encompassed inside this hefty, tangible, and nifty, bulky box? Let's find out. I'm going to demystify the answer to that inquiry right here, right now, so bear with me. It will only take me billions of picoseconds to extract the item from the box and subsequently flaunt the item in front of the camera for you to feast your glorious eyes on. Behold, I have prompted the one and only envelope. I need to ravage it. I need to penetrate through the envelope so that I can render its contents transparent. The box of the envelope was previously encompassed within and be relegated to the trash. It has no pragmatic use. Aha. The box is now devoid of its contents. Well, I made a blunder. The envelope is not devoid of its contents. Its integrity has been compromised. It's been decimated. Similarly to the box, it can now be consigned to the trash. It's vendor trash. No vendor will buy it though. Unlike vendors in video games. Nonetheless, I digress. Let's scrutinize this figurine. So off the get-go, you can see that he's marred with some scratches. If you scrutinize him, you may want to examine his paint applications. I love his hues, I love his textures, I love his shadings. The only thing I detest about this figurine is the fact that he has a finite amount of points of articulation. His articulation is not present in the elbows, nor is it present in the knees. He lacks an ankle pivot. He lacks a diaphragm joint. His head is not confined to a disc joint. So his articulation does not appease me, but I can cope with the circumstances I brook. This calamity is not the end of the world. He can rotate his wrists. He cannot rotate his forearm. Actually, he can rotate one forearm. He can rotate his left forearm, but not his right forearm. I'm tampering with his appendages. I believe that this is a foot tech soldier that was derived from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles action figure line. He's a character from the 2002 TMNT series. If you have yet to witness that series, then I recommend and advocate bearing witness to that series when you can seize the opportunity. If you cannot seize the opportunity, if your time is already consumed with schoolwork in conjunction with a job, then perhaps that riveting series can be relegated to the back burner. Maybe one day when you retire, you can watch it. I love the bouts that commenced throughout the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series. They were always enthralling. I disdain the new TMNT series. I also am not fond of the retro TMNT series produced in the 1980s. It does not tickle my fancy in the least bit. However, the 2002 or 2003 TMNT series is based off the TMNT comics. It appeases me. I believe this is a foot tech soldier. Is he a foot ninja? Well, he's an ally of Shredder. He's menacing, he's intimidating, he's malicious, he's sadistic. Is he demonic? Is he coercive? Is he extortive? I believe his only goal is to ravage, vanquish, bludgeon, slaughter, and massacre anyone within his proximity that's an ally of good. So, he guards Shredder. He's quite hostile. Is this figurine versatile? Well, unfortunately, his articulation is finite. He cannot be placed into many dynamic poses because of the limitations associated with his articulation. I have no major gripes about this figurine other than the fact that he's marred with some scratches. He seems to have some scuffs. He seems to have some minor indentations. His seam lines are not very conspicuous, or not very noticeable. I look past them, but my vision is abysmal. My vision is beginning to atrophy. I'm succumbing to the repercussions of biologically aging. So this figurine may look like a paradigm of perfection in a decade from now, if I'm nearly blind. But oh wow, I didn't realize this. Apparently there's a hole in his left arm that really agitates me. Am I imbued with fury? Well, I wouldn't go that far, but I detest when there are apertures in unwarranted places, such as his shoulder. Well, there's a aperture in his shoulder that penetrates through his arm. Nonetheless, I'll still retain this figurine. I'll desist from returning him. I recollect procuring him for under $6. He's missing his armaments, but he still has merit. He still has quality design, in my opinion. That's my humble opinion. Yours may be disparate from mine. You may detest his design. You may not deem it to be appealing, but it's all contingent on your niche interests. I love the TMNT series, so I'm more apt to love the figurines that were produced amid the series being released. But if you're an avid, devout TMNT fan, that doesn't necessarily correlate with you loving the TMNT action figures. That does not denote that you're preordained to be an avid TMNT action figure collector. So, but I have purchased him for over $6, most likely not. What would have swayed my purchasing decision to procure him for a slightly higher price? If he came with his armaments, if he was in slightly better condition, then I would have been less reluctant to purchase a more expensive version of him. But I'm content with purchasing him without his corresponding accessories, just to be able to procure him for a discounted price. So that's everything I wanted to divulge and disseminate. I hope that you found this video to be enthralling and insightful. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Goodbye.